Hey, we're at this Chaplain Chat again. We're back at the Cafe 210. This is a great connection place at the Cafe 210. Uh, we have it's a people connect with one another. We're in the prayer room, and I have Jeff. And Jeff, we may have met before, but
I
you
think
think we
so.
did?
Yeah, I
But
think so. In fact, it was at the Praise Center during the third Mama when Mama Pat's meeting.
yes, Pat. Oh, okay, we did. All
Yeah,
right, and but
yeah.
we met.
My brother and I used to do worship over
Oh,
there with him.
this is so cool because but yet last week you popped in and Cisco said
Hmm.
you got to meet this guy and I go wow and we I just instantly connected with you.
Yeah,
Jeff, there's so much of your story, but there's a time in your life where you hit the really pits
right.
and we all hit the pits sometime in life, but hopefully never like this. Uh, what what were you thinking about doing?
Well, I wanted to end it all. I was I thought I had reached the end of my rope. I thought there was nothing left for me. I was uh, I was married for 20 years to my best friend.
Hmm.
We have two daughters together, and suddenly on Friday the 13th of,
Friday the 13th.
of March to 2015, she suffered some sort of cardiac event. We're still not sure. We never learned exactly what happened, but uh, but she went into cardiac arrest, and she was on life support for 10 days, and I had to make the dreadful decision to let her
Wow.
go. And I
Wow.
wasn't. I've always been a believer, but I wasn't in Christ at the time. Um, and
Well,
then and just to back up a little bit, the year before, my dad, who we were really close in business together and whatnot. The year before that, he had suffered a massive stroke, and by the grace of God, we managed to catch it early, as early as we could. Got him into the hospital, and then it took some time for them to be able to administer the medicine that would actually help stop the stroke that was ongoing.
wow. Wow.
But he suffered, severe disability
Wow.
from that. And my wife at the time, Lola, she had been in healthcare before, taking care of developmentally disabled adults. So she had a lot of experience when, because we had to learn how to be able to move him around, and Lola was a force to be reckoned with, and she really helped him with his rehabilitation, his the therapy he needed to go through to at least try to regain, some semblance of normalcy, which unfortunately he never did. But
Wow.
she became the driving force in our family and even in our business. I mean, for the next year.
Wow.
And so when we lost her so
Mm.
suddenly,
Mm.
uh, I did everything I could, to keep things going with the business and with my dad, and but my dad lost a lot of hope because Lola was his
Wow. Rock. Or yeah.
he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
his rock
Yeah.
that kept him motivated, that kept
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
hopeful that I'm gonna get better someday. I'm gonna
Wow.
so so after we lost her, his health went, just slipped deeper and deeper. We lost her on March 25th, and then we lost my dad on December
Wow.
22nd, which was a day after, one day after my mom and dad's what would have been their 57th anniversary.
It's interesting. We think about the season we're in. We're in the season
Right.
of Advent, getting really exciting, all the lights up. But it's also a time where I'm doing a short 1 minute series on
Hmm.
grief, or maybe 5 minute series.
Hmm.
Nothing new, but I think I'm doing this more for myself. But okay, that's where you
So,
got into your
so
pit, but how did you get out?
well, it was a few weeks after that I had a little bit of a drinking problem, and I'll use a little bit loosely because I had a bad drinking problem actually. But the trying to self medicate, trying to just forget things, but it finally got to a point where it wasn't working anymore, and I had reached that low, and I had made a decision. I had made the decision, and I was going to walk out to the St. Johns River and find me a good strong tree and end
Wow,
it.
wow,
Well, on my walk, when I'm heading out to the river, God literally stopped me in my tracks at a literal crossroads. I mean, there's bridle where I lived out in Oak Ranch. There's bridle trails behind the houses, like kind of like alleys, and I was at a literal crossroads, and something stopped me right in the middle, and then I heard a voice. I mean, an audible voice, and it was the voice of my wife. It said, "Turn around, go talk to mom." And I did. It was the kind of directive, the kind of command I couldn't resist. So I turned around and finally confessed what nobody knew at the time. Nobody knew just how everybody thought, because every time they say, "Oh, Jeff, you're doing so good. You're just
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, I can see you're
yeah,
still with it. I mean,
yeah,
man, what you've been through, I can't believe that you're still,
yeah.
you know." But no, I wasn't. I was a wreck. I was a complete wreck. And after I went and spoke to my mom, uh, that was the first chain that started to loosen. They hadn't come off yet, but there was, I can feel like I can breathe again. And then God sent an angel in the form of a man named Mike Davidson, who is a minister a man I minister with at the Journey Church where I go now. And it was such providence that he was there that day, came to my house that day, and I felt compelled to tell him what I was planning and what had happened. Um, Finally confessing to my mom, and he prayed with me and invited me to the journey, which is become my that became my new family.
Wow.
And the first time I walked through those doors, I just knew I was home.
You know, I got to tell you, Rivercross is our place. For when we first walked in there, we knew we could journey. Actually, we could journey with other people on the way, and you
Mhm.
met people that you could do at the journey.
Right.
You met people that are on the journey
Oh,
with you.
I got to tell you that just real quick.
You know
The
what we're gonna do?
Okay.
No, I want to hear this,
Yeah. Jeff.
but I was gonna have you sing a song, but we're gonna do that in the next episode because this is too rich. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, uh, as I'm sitting there, I walk in through the into the sanctuary, and I find me a seat in the back, way in the back, and just kind of looking around, and this guy, big old grizzly guy.
You're a big old grizzly
Well,
guy.
yeah, well, this guy was even grislier than
Oh,
I
jeez.
am.
Okay.
But his name was Paul Martinez, and he became a very good friend of mine. Paul had a very interesting life and a very interesting walk with Christ. I mean, good man. But he walked up to me and said, "Hey, brother, how you doing, man?" Just grabbed my hand and embraced me. I mean, Paul was got a big old long beard, and he was a biker,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he was biker for many years. But boy, he loved God. He loved
Oh
Jesus.
man. Oh
Oh my
wow.
goodness! But he embraced me and welcomed me into that building. That's
Oh
how I
wow.
knew.
That was
I was it.
that was it.
I'm
There's your home.
that was my home. And the people there, the pastor there, Mark Sizemore, became my family. Everybody there. I mean, I can't tell you. I felt like I lost so much, but I gained so much more.
You know, I gotta tell you, Jeff, this is so cool. We're gonna wrap this up part up because and you got we'll do wrap. We're gonna do part two right here, but they'll be on at different times. But I want to, boy, you're sharing with me who you are. We're going to get into why that shirt and why the hat, maybe, and we'll get into a song. I think we'll
Okay.
see what happens
Sure,
because you're some
absolutely.
but what a joy it is because I think I've been doing a short thought, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes or less, on grief, and and in a way this fits in right with my theme on grief right now. And where do we go? What do we do about it? And God stopped you,
Yes,
and then God brought you to a church home, not just a church to go to, but a church to
yeah,
belong to.
yes,
And
absolutely.
that, what a great message. Okay. All right. So this is part one. We're going to do part two and hope you listen to it. So God bless and
Yeah, God bless you.
thank you for being on Chaplain
Thank
Chat.
you.
Woo!